Attention. This is the show countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And we are back, and we are feeling great and feeling happy and feeling totally flabbergasted. Lee happy today because I got a very, very, very special guest. And on the second half of the show, this is a part of a double show today. This man's resume is so extensive. You know, I really need a couple of days to interview him to get everything in. But I'm just happy and flabbergasted because he graced us with his presence today. Could come on to our show and tell his story and everything. You know, and I'm gonna do a longer introduction because this man, he deserves it and everything. A long introduction. But before I introduce our guest, I've got to do some plugs to our sponsors because we got to keep these lights on. You know, we got to keep the lights on. We got to have special guests coming in like the man I'm about to introduce. So in order to do that, we have to have sponsors. And one of our sponsors today is we have Absolute Medical Coding Solutions, LLC, Absolute MCS. They had 500, let me say this again, 500 exam passers in 6 months. They're the best exam passers in the country and the USA as far as medical coding. You can enroll today and find out more information on Facebook, and I will be putting more information, and their commercial will be on my next show. They're called Absolute Medical Coding Solutions. And another sponsor that we have is we have a courageous mother. Her name is Luana Coward of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She lost three of her sons to gun violence. And in 11 years span, in a period of 11 years span, she lost these children. Her non-fictional book published in her non-fictional book is published in 2012. And Luana seeks sponsorship funding to convert her book into a multi-movie called Unexpected Events. This movie will go worldwide, so she is looking for funding and sponsorship. You can contact Luana Coward at her email, which is luanacoward@gmail.com. Or you can call her at this number at 412-583-5829. We also want to give our props to one of our sponsors, which is the Anita Mayo and Kids Scholarship Fund. The Anita Mayo and Kids College Scholarships, they give books and tuition to kids all over the United States. They help them to get into college and to help them make it through college with the things that they need to make this happen. So it's called the Anita Mayo Scholarship Fund. Anita Mayo and Kids Scholarship Fund. Remember that name. I will have it posted on all 30 of my websites, along with all of our guests. Next, we have, if you ever need a place to worship, then I got the place to worship for you. And if you're ever in the Las Vegas area, that is. And we got Shekinah Glory Outreach Ministries by Pastor Rosemary Reed. And she's at 2575 East Craig Road, Suite L, North Las Vegas, Nevada, at zip code, which is 89031. She has services at 12 o'clock on Sundays. So you don't want to miss it. It's a great church, great choir, great preacher, great preaching if you like that type of stuff, which is stuff that we all need to like and everything. So now that if you have a business or you have a show or an act, or you have a business, or you have anything that you do, even if you juggle or whatever you do, long as you're good at what you do, I would like to have you on my show, or I would give you a shameless plug on my show. I'll put your card and your information at the bottom of the TV screen, and it will scroll during the duration of the whole show that I interview our guests. So if you would like to do that, you can reach me at Dwayne, Dwayne, @gmail.com, and we can make that happen along with Hanley Productions. Greg Hanley Productions is a big part of my show, and I just want to give him a plug because He's one of my main men, and he's a lot of the artists that you see coming on my show is because of Greg Hanley Productions. He's doing great things. He has a lot of things going on, and I will have him as a guest on my show to tell his story and why he does what he do. And okay, without further ado, I got the man in the studio. I got the man that I've been wanting to interview for a long time. I wanted to ask him some questions because he's very good at what he do. He don't just play timbales. He makes timbale magic. He don't just sing. He don't just do what he does in his show, but he has one of the best shows in Las Vegas. You ought to see him live. If you want to see a live show, come to Las Vegas and see Paris Escovedo, baby, because he got it going on. He got a new CD coming out, new album, LP coming out. He got concerts and all these good things. He's going to tell his story today on his show. And I always want to give him this plug because this guy, if you want to see a live band, you got to go. You can't come to Las Vegas without seeing this man's show. He has a show of shows that you have to see because, or you can go on some of his websites, which I will give you the emails and the websites of and the links of these places that you need to go to see some of his live music, his videos. This guy worked with almost everybody in the industry. So I want you, without further ado, I'm just so flabbergastedly happy and full of joy, and musical joy that is, to introduce the wonderful, the spectacular, the multi-talented, the best, one of the best musicians I've met. We got Paris Escovedo in the house, y'all. Come on, clap.
Hola. All right.
Come on, clap.
What's happening? Thank you for having me. It's a hot day in Los Angeles. I'm telling you. But you're in Las Vegas right now, I think,
right,
aren't you?
Las Vegas, holding it down for you until you get back, come and do these shows.
It's probably even hotter over there.
Oh yeah, it's 110 in Las Vegas right now.
112 in my car. I was like, what's going on?
I'm sitting in the house in the under the air conditioner, but my neck is still hot with the suit on and everything because I can feel the heat from outside. You know what it's like. So I just want to tell the people about. I'm just so happy that you're here and everything, and I just want to start off with a couple of questions with you because some inquiring minds want to know. A lot of people see you doing your thing and all that stuff, and you'll be up on stage doing it well. But a lot of people don't know the story behind you. So we're going to tell that story today, if you don't mind. Is that okay?
Cool.
Okay. And I want to start off with some questions that I had. This was a question I had on my heart. After I saw your one of your music videos, and after I read your because what I do once people come on my show, I study up on them so I can know what questions to ask. First of all, but I just want to know why you do what you do and what got you started. At what age did you start?
Wow. Well, I've started playing at a very young age. I got my first set of timbales at 5 when my dad brought them home with Tito Puente gave them to me, and so I started loving playing drums at early age, about 5. So really enjoyed playing it. Why I do what I do is to inspire somebody else. Because growing up in a musical family, it inspired me to touch somebody, and so I'm just want to give back to whoever I can touch. If I can touch one soul while I'm playing, then I've done my job. It's not about making tons of money. It's about inspiring somebody else to do something creative.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right. Well, you definitely inspired me and my family. We love you. And, I got a whole tribe over here. Me and my wife got together. She had 5 and I had 5 children. We got together and started a whole nother Brady Bunch, and we all love you. So
you got a basketball team and the subs.
Yep. I got a whole presidency administration just ready to go.
You got it ready.
So another question I want to, you told me about the inspiration and what inspired you to do this, but when did you find out that you can actually play? And let me add to that question, you don't play just timbales. You can play a whole set of pearl drums if you wanted to, but your forte is timbales, right?
Right. I grew up. I grew up in high school. I grew up playing the trap set. Playing snare in the marching band, and I was one of the lead drummers. Drum corps. So I really just was really excited about playing the drums. So
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, that's what it's all about. Absolutely. And you do it with style. It just playing timbales, but you also got to do it with style. Sheila E's good with that too. But I'm pretty sure you guys all you learn from each other, and it's a learning experience. But you have to be able to do it with style in order to portray what you portray live. Because when you do it live, you do it with style, brother. And I like that. That's what I always say, if you're going to do anything in the music industry, you better do it big, and you better have some style behind it. So you got it, and I commend you for that.
Thank you.
So you found out you can play, and you start doing gigs at what age?
I think I was playing in different bands up in the Bay Area, where I'm from, Oakland. So I was playing in bands at the early age, 18, 19. 20 different bands, and that's how I started my quest, right? So so just playing with different bands, and then my first real pro gig was I actually did a show with Bobby Brown here in Los Angeles when I first came out to LA.
Oh, that was the first show. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first gig I did with him, and I believe it was up here in Universal. So studios up there when he had the his record release.
That was a big gig. Yeah.
That was years ago, it seems like. But so I mean, it's been one of those journeys where it just comes full circle again, and it's been exciting. Yeah.
Okay, and that's great that you started at an early age, because there's a lot of young people watching right now not knowing whether they should start now. I always say any time is a good time to start, but they're learning from the best right now. If I was to ask you a question, what would be a good time for a mother or a father to start their child with an instrument, even timbales, whatever, that, especially timbales, because there's that sound that you got to have, that tone, you got to know what the tones are. So what's a good age? And what, you started at that it says you started at a very early age, which was, what again?
Well, I started playing coffee cans.
Really?
I started playing coffee cans at the early age of maybe 3 or 4. Oh my God! I got a call. Look at that. Can you believe that?
Well, your fans, you know got. I know it's like you got so many fans, and it's hard, and you get to turn your ringer off because of the fans.
Sorry about that. They call it in. They call it in. Okay.
Yeah.
But so I started playing, coffee cans. I was like playing in the kitchen, banging around and stuff like that. So, but I think that you should start very, very young.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, because I have so we have a ministry that me and my wife do, where we have a lot of young people, and we have a camp that we have just to get them off the street once a year, and most of them are musically inclined, so they needed to hear what you just said, so that's a good thing, Now to know that I have a multi-talented artist on my show. You was born in Oakland and raised in the Bay Area.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. And that's where you started off with your music as well. Did you start off with clubs and stuff like that before you got to the Bobby Brown thing?
Yeah, I mean, we did all those clubs, and we still do clubs. I love intimate shows.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like the Catalina Bar. We do those places, kind of stuff. I used to do the shows over at the Lava Lee over here. So I mean, we still do some of those things. It's good to be in touch with your fans, be available to them to inspire them. If you can't reach them and actually physically talk to them, then it doesn't make sense. You don't want to be the kind of artist that I don't want to talk to nobody, I don't want to sign no autographs, stuff like that. I don't we're more in touch with our fans, and so it's a great thing to do that.
That's a good thing you just said that, because I have a website where people can actually comment and everything like that. So I know they're glad to hear that because you got plenty of fans and all that. So now I'm sitting here with this Grammy Award-winning artist sitting here talking to him. That's a joy in itself, just to talk to you. You know, and I I just want to thank you for coming on my show, because a lot of times people come on people's shows and stuff like that, and a lot of the time the talk show hosts don't even get around to saying thank you. So I want to say thank you in advance. Because I know that you went out of your way and you got shows going on and you're busy, and for you to come on my show is a great thing. So I want you to explain the sound. I want to hear what the Paris Escovedo. Everybody want to know what the Paris Escovedo sound is, and what exactly is ghetto jazz. Explain to the people what that is.
It's just an infusion of funk, Latin soul, jazz, Latin jazz, Latin rock. It's all that. It's like gumbo,
Oh yeah.
So, for us Latinos, it's like menudo.
Yes, menudo.
With a little twist to it. But I got a really hot band right now. We call it The Truth. Shout out to Scott and Pete, Meriwether, Francesca. We got a great little band called The Truth, Paris Escovedo and The Truth. And,
wow.
And it's how you say the truth. They the truth. They are the truth. They're some serious cats.
What made you come up with that name? Do they all tell the truth, or do they just play?
No, they all play the truth. That's it. They're not. We're not trying to sugarcoat nothing. We're coming with some straight raw talent. Straight raw talent.
Okay, cool, man. That's what I like. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So it says that you're a union of urban, funk, soul, Latin, jazz, hip hop, and Afro-Cuban influences.
Correct.
That is some gumbo right there.
That's it.
That is good gumbo.
That's it.
Menudo.
Yeah.
And you were taught by the legendary, your father, Thomas Coke.
Yeah.
And tell us what that experience was, because my father brought me a keyboard and I started playing it, but he didn't have the skills to teach me. So that must have been a great experience.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a hands-on learning experience with my dad. I just watched.
Right.
So,
oh yeah.
And I think those were valuable times that I remember is being able to watch him, with his skills and his shows. And that's how I watch. That's how I learned. That's how I, learned from watching my cousin Sheila, watching my uncle Pete. We just watch each other and learn, our different chops from each other, and that's valuable. That's a valuable tool to be able to see your family, succeed, and then at the same time learn from them. So that's valuable. If you have like my daughter is learning from me. She's playing, she plays too. She plays, sings, produces, writes. I mean, she's incredible. So, so it's good that it just continues that way, and that's a blessing. Yeah. That's a very great blessing.
Wow. So you got the Escovedo clan. The name is just going to go on and on and on. Your daughter's doing it up big like that. And just for the audience members that don't know, who is your cousin?
Sheila.
Sheila E.
Escovedo.
Oh my God.
Sheila Escovedo. We love her. We love her.
Your cousin is the Sheila E. No wonder. You guys have that powerful kindred spirit on stage. And you
gotta have fun.
Know how to work the audience.
Stage. When you're on stage, you gotta have fun. If you're not having fun, why are you there? You know what I mean?
That's right.
It's you can't be mad and play music. You gotta be just happy and grateful for the talent, first of all, and because not everybody has that capacity to touch people with music, and either you have it or you don't, and it's not something you can teach. So I think that with us, family-wise, we have a good time. We just have fun. We smile and have fun. So you when Sheila E was doing
the Sheila E. band and the Prince thing and all that stuff was going on, you was seeing a lot of that stuff and then witnessed it, and I'm pretty sure, once you met all these people and all that kind of stuff, it was definitely a part of the inspiration for you to continue on with what you're doing and stuff like that as well. But one person that you work with, with Mr. Santana. You toured with Santana, it says.
No. My father toured with Santana.
Oh, your father, and that's all you learned, all that,
right?
Good Santana little licks and stuff like that. Okay, and you also co-wrote the gold hit, "No One
My
to
dad,
Depend On."
yeah, my father co-wrote that single.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
and some other tunes there too as well. But that was a beautiful time in my father's life and family.
Yes, sir.
To be able to be a part of a iconic band. Nobody knew it was going to be an iconic band at that time, but I'm sure, just now thinking back, it's just a great time and blessing that all those things have happened.
Right. I can't even imagine a fan. You got 7 million people that want to do, well, not all 7 million, but probably got a couple of million that want to do what you do. And I'm glad you're telling your story. And, now I know that you've been through some ups, and you had some good times, but also with the entertainment business, there are some bad times. Oh. You have a story that you can tell us, because it ain't all roses and candy, Yeah. And sometimes you get some situations in the music industry that puts you, that you'll never forget. So is there a Paris Escovedo story that you can tell us, that you can remember, that you can tell these young viewers right now that you went through, that they don't have to go through because they can hear you tell?
Well, music is a occupation that is tough. You have to work at it. You have to, in today's market, you have to really do a lot of marketing. self. Perseverance, I guess you would say.
Sure,
right?
that's right. Yeah.
So I mean, but it's not a thing if you want to get into if you're just doing it for the money, then I would pick another occupation,
Right.
Because music, you play music because you love it, it's in your heart, and you just love playing it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to love it. I remember a story of Marvin Gaye. Told my father. My father told me that, if you're in it for the money, get out of it.
That's right.
Just you play because you want to play, and that's how it is. And to these young kids, I tell them, hey, if you want to play, then play. There's gonna be doors saying no, but there's also gonna be doors saying yes.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
The more you practice, the more you stay with it, the more doors are going to open. So you got to keep at it, and stay focused, and don't let any limitations stop you. So,
sir, good. Oh wow, that's some valuable. That's $1 million worth of information right there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of today we're living in a social media frenzy. Everything is instant. You see people doing selfies. I call them lonelies, but.
That's a good one.
You know how lonely you got to be to take a selfie, man. You can't get somebody to take a picture. No, but it's everything is instant. So those are the distractions. See, we didn't have those distractions. We were just focused, and today the youth have so much distractions. Everything. Cell phones, media, TV, games. I mean, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you want to make it in the industry, you got to stay focused, and you got to constantly do it. And those things will limit you for your success.
Right. So, that was one of my pet peeves back then. Like once I found out I could sing and play a little bit, and my friends came over, I was like, my friends had to wait. They came knock on the door on my practice time. I opened the door and say, I'm practicing right now. Don't you? I'm practicing.
Yeah.
No, and that was my thing right there. I used to practice until it hurt, and then practice some more. And I learned it from people like you, big people that have been doing it for a long time that do it right. There's a right way of doing music, and there's a wrong way to do it. You do it right, and I can tell you one of the reasons why you do it right is because you work with some great people in the music industry during your career, from then to now and into the future. You got a lot of great people you work with, and some of the people that you work with was, like you said, one of them you named was Bobby Brown, Pink, Sean Mullins, Angie Stone, Arrested Development, Lauryn Hill, Vitamin C Speech, Collective Soul, Najee, wow, Peter White, Mark Brown, the Daz Band, Howard Johnson, wow.
So fine, blow my mind. Big shout out to Howard. Hojo, what's up, man?
Right there, I could do a whole hour show on that.
Where's Hojo at? Yeah.
But tell us about some of those experiences. Because I know a lot of the hits that Bobby Brown was doing, they was funky, but they needed that extra percussionist touch on it. So tell us about some of those experiences that you did work with some of those people like Pink.
Oh yeah, Pink I met when she was first coming out up in Atlanta at the Crossroads, and we did a few things there. Was a blessing to be there. I was rehearsing with the rest of the development. We were going to Japan, and that's how I met Collective Soul too. I did like 3 people asked me, "Hey, can you come and put percussion on this stuff?" And I was like, "Wow!" I had 3 sessions. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like, whoa, But the music director at the time for AD was Kennedy Atkinson. Shout out to my big brother. But man, it was a blessing to be a part of those bands, iconic, and nobody knew, this young girl was going to blow up. And so it's just amazing how God put you in those situations. Right. You don't know of those things were happening, but they do happen, and it's just a great opportunity that came.
Okay, so now this is one of the important questions, and I want to get this out because sometimes I don't get to ask it. But this question right here is, how can people find your music? And because I need people to go out and buy your CD, and you got a new album coming up. I'm going to talk about that. But how can people actually find your music and get a hold of it? Because instead of going through all these different channels, you can tell them right now, 7 million people, where they can buy your music at. Which is, I can give your websites, or you can give them right now if you like.
Yeah. You can go to iTunes. You can go to CD Baby. You can go to ParisEscobedomusic.com. So those are some of the channels you can go to, check it out. SoundCloud, we got music up there on SoundCloud. So so you can
people,
Google me.
Everybody watching, you need to hear this.
You can Google.
Don't just listen to the man's music. Patronize him, buy the man's music, because he's sitting in the studio for 20 million hours making these songs that you love, that you use to get dates and everything. But at least you can buy the CD and listen to it and give it to somebody else after you're done with it, and on and on and on. And that's what it's all about. Us artists, we need you to patronize our websites and get our music, so we can spread it to. It's called singing to the masses. And that's how you get to the masses, not just in stores, but it's online now, baby. You can get Paris Escobedo online. You can get him online on loveparrotmusic at AOL.com. You can get him on www.parisescobedomusic.com. You can get him on www.facebook.com, Paris Escobedo Band.
Twitter, I'm on Twitter.
On
Paris
Twitter.
Escobedo, Twitter.
So we ain't got no excuses.
Everywhere.
I got my CD. You want to get your CD. We're saying that, Paris, I want to take a break. We also want to announce right now that we got one of the most beautiful minded and hearted women on the planet. Julie Zhang is on a show, and but we're going to take a break right now. After the break, we just stay here, don't go nowhere. We're taking a short break, right? And you can tell I'm looking at somebody, they're talking to me. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got the incomparable Paris Escobedo right here. Don't go nowhere. We're going to take a short break, a short pause for the cause, for our sponsors. I will be right back after this.
In loving memory of Anita Mayo and her 5 children, Constance Anderson Collier, Anita's mother, established the Anita Mayo and Kids Scholarship Fund. The funds donated to the Anita Mayo and Kids Scholarship is given away each year to assist with college tuition and/or books and supplies. To be eligible for this scholarship, you must be a senior in high school, planning to attend college, and/or a student who is currently a college undergrad with a 2.8 GPA. If you are interested in donating or applying for this scholarship, send your inquiries to amkscholarship@gmail.com. You can also send your donation to amkscholarship@gmail.com through PayPal. You have a blessed day. And remember, education is the key to our future. So please donate to this blessed cause, the Anita Mayo and Kids Scholarship Fund. Thank you. 2 for 2 Boobs, an organization created by Tallulah Anderson, a 2-time breast cancer survivor. 2 for 2 Boobs is dedicated towards providing education, information, resources, and advocacy for breast health and breast cancer prevention, while advocating for survivors and those who have been touched in some way by breast cancer. Your support for 2 for 2 Boobs will allow us to help others take charge of their breast health and provide information and resources to assist those who fought the fight and are survivors like Tallulah Anderson. If you would like to donate to 2 for 2 Boobs, you can do so by going to 2for2boobs.org. That is 2for2boobs.org, just like Tallulah Anderson.